Hi everyone, happy Easter to you. Easter is a pretty exciting day in our church year. Christmas is a lot of fun. I mean, it's always fun when a new baby comes, isn't it? But Easter is really what our church is all about. Our Christianity is all about. So you know a little bit about, you know a lot about Jesus already. I'm just going to kind of review some of it and what's been happening that we've been talking about in the last week or so. So, you know that Jesus healed lots of people and taught lots of people about God. But there were some people who didn't like him. They arrested him and they beat him up. They even hung him on a cross where he died. Jesus' friends and family were very sad. They buried Jesus in a tomb, and the guards rolled an enormous stone in front of it, so big that nobody could move it. 3 days after he died, some ladies, some of Jesus' followers, the women, went to take care of his body the way that it was expected to do in the Jewish culture. But when they arrived at his tomb, that big, giant, heavy stone had been moved to the side, and the tomb was empty. They thought someone had stolen Jesus' body. But no, there was a gardener nearby who said, "Why are you looking here among the dead for someone who is alive? Jesus isn't here, he's alive." Well, Jesus' friends were pretty happy. Like, they thought they had seen him die. But Jesus had come back to life. He is alive today. They ran back to tell everybody else. And that's when Christianity began. When people started sharing the story about how Jesus came back to life. He died for our sins, for things that we did wrong, so that our sins can be forgiven and we can go to heaven. Why do you think this story is so important? Maybe because if you believe in Jesus and believe that he came back to life because he's God's son, you can live with him forever in heaven. That's the most important thing ever. I'm so glad that Jesus is alive today. So if you would like to read about this in your Spark Story Bible, the story of the empty tomb is on page 482. But the stories about what happened before when Jesus died, they start on page 460. There's a lot of stuff you can read in here. It's really interesting. I encourage you to do that. Now, something else I'd like to suggest that you do. Why don't you give some thought about who you could tell about the good news of the risen Christ, of Jesus rising from the dead? That's what Easter is all about. When someone says Happy Easter to you, you can say, Christ is risen. And they might even say, he is risen indeed. Happy Easter to you.